Hi guys. So, I've been talking to a lot of students. A lot of people are so afraid to take that step outside their comfort zone. So they go courses after courses after courses, just doing another course a little bit more secure. And if that's the way you're doing it, you will never be secure enough. You need to get out there and you need to really try your wings outside the safe environment, so to speak. Because it's so sad to see people, sometimes students, who have huge potential to be a really, really great medium, healer, spirit artist, whatever. And they don't have the courage, they don't have the nerves to get out there because the perfectionist usually stopping them. They have high demands on themselves, and yes, rightly so, we should have a high standard when we're working. But at the same time, you have to allow yourself to do mistakes. I do mistakes every time I work because that's how I learn something more about the craft. So don't be afraid of the little mistakes and try not to focus on only the mistakes when you're doing a reading or if you're standing on the platform or whatever, because it's important to find something good that you're doing also. Otherwise you're just tearing yourself apart and just focus on the negativity instead of enjoying being that channel. Even if it is a spiritual assessment, when you usually only use your own psychic ability, your intuition, your sensitivity, or if you're working with the spirit world. But remember, if you've been regularly on courses 5, 6, 7, 8 years, it's time to get out there. Back in the days when I was the president of my society that I had here in Karlstad in Sweden, I used to bring students with me for a year. So they felt that I had the backs and they didn't have to stand there alone if something went wrong because I could come in and help them. So if you feel that you're afraid to being there alone, bring a student with you, someone on your classes, someone that you've been developing together with. Do it together. At least you have each other's back stand. But one thing I want you to think about, because a lot of people say, this is my calling. This is something I really want to do. I really want to work as a medium with healing, spirit art or whatever. But as a medium. But if you really want to work with it as a medium, maybe if you're one of these people who going just an extra course, just going to do an extra course, maybe you should think about working with your own psyche instead. Working on your personal development. Start to focus on what you actually are good at and look at what you actually can offer to other people. Because it's so easy if I say, mention 5 things that you need to work on. Very easy. Mention 5 things that you think you're great at. Oh, that's a hard thing. So we have to rewire our mind a little bit and start to see the beauty from within, and that you actually have a calling, that you actually want to help people. What can go wrong? Yeah, you might miss some pieces, you might interpret the energy a little bit wrong, but does it really matter? If the client walk away from you with a smile on the face, with happy tears, they're feeling uplifted, you're doing your job. Don't punish yourself for the little details that you might miss. Think about it instead. What did I learn this time? And I will remember this for another time, and I might not do the same mistake. I learned something here. So there's a lot of people who just keep this as a hobby, and I get it because it's hard to survive as a professional medium. And you really have to work your ass off, And I've been working my ass off for a very long time, and I'm getting up to that point now when I'm actually feeling that I'm a little bit older, I'm a little bit more tired. I've been through a lot of things, a lot of drama in my family, death, sickness, health problems. It's been a lot of things, so it's taking its toll. But I remember my first 10 years when I started to work as a professional medium. I was traveling up and down the country every Thursday to Sunday. And I had 2 days at the society, Monday and Wednesday usually, for training my people and having healing nights and things like that. So it takes a certain dedication to get it going. You have to work hard. You have to let people know that you are existing. You can't just sit on your room and think they're gonna find you. They will not. I mean, even me who's been doing this for 30 years, sometimes people doesn't know who I am. And people also has a lot of opinions about you. And the better you become, the more opinions you will get from others. And I've been talking about this before, and it's very sad in this business, I think, because sometimes it really is dog eat dog, who is the best medium. Well, I totally disagree there. The best medium is the one who's doing the best job for a certain client at a certain time. You will be the best medium for that one. So it's not about being the best of the best or anything like that. We're working with the spirit world. We are a teamwork. So we should also work together here and not just judge each other and things like that. And I'm mentioning this today again for a reason. There's been a lot of backstabbing here in Sweden for a lot of my colleagues, which makes me very sad, because they really are lovely people and they're trying their best every time to help other people. So I don't know what's going on with certain people's minds when they are pure evil, when they're trying really to destroy other people. My suggestion is, and it's helped me quite a lot, I have like earmuffs on. And I'm not on all them spiritual pages where people write about you. Because what I don't see can't affect me. And they can talk as much as they like behind my back. I don't really care. And maybe I've grown a little bit of a tougher skin over the years, but we are still sensitive, and it will always hurt when people are backstabbing you. But one thing is that if you want to become good, you want to become professional, you want people to know about you, you also have to develop your inner strength. And I also believe that in a lot of ways, it's always been my way or the highway. Every medium has their own way of training the students and the way they're working themselves. But what about finding the little gold nuggets in each and every student and make them blossom instead of trying to get them to work like we are doing, or me or someone else? Because everybody should find their own uniqueness, because no one of us is the same. And focus on your strengths. Focus on what you think is enjoyable. Don't look at everybody else and think, oh, I want to be like that, or I'm going to be like that. Because in all honesty, we are not objective when it comes to ourselves anyway. And I know from experience, I mean, I have been very hard on myself. And people love it, even if I thought that was a hard night. So sometimes, because we're always striving for perfection, the perfect message, and we want to be a little bit better, and we really, really want to have some information we never had before, because then we feel like, I got something I never had before. Wow, this is exciting. Well, I always send up a thought to the spirit before I'm standing on the platform, for example. I love platform works, by the way. And I always send up a thought that, give me something I never had before and see if I understand it. And it usually happens every time. And usually I get a no and have to go back and work it out to try to understand. Because as a medium, we assume a lot. So when we get the feeling, we only have our life experience, we only have our knowledge to back it up with. So automatically we assume something because that's what it maybe have meant in another time. And finally, the spirit gives you something similar, but it means something different. When you then get a no, don't get despondent. Say within your mind, my God, I'm learning something new here. I'm learning something more. Isn't that interesting? So exciting. So a lot of you who actually don't want to have this as a hobby only, but actually want to get out there and work with your passion or your calling or your hobby or whatever we can call it, if you really want to get out there, make an effort and believe in yourself. You can't just go courses for years and years and years and years. You need to meet real people, and you need to figure out from everyone that you're reading, it is a unique opportunity, and every meeting is very special, and they are very intimate, and it can be very sad, it can be very emotional, it can be very happy. We might go like a roller coaster through the reading we are doing. But remember, especially for you who's been training now maybe 5 to 10 years, and you're thinking, I'm not really comfortable yet. Maybe I do one more course just to see that I actually can do this. Forget that course. Get out there and say, here I am. Anybody who wants a reading? And it's not hard to get people to read for. It is not. People love to have readings. So if you're not too expensive, you can even train for free. I promise you, you will have a lot of people coming to you. So I wish you all the best. And remember, you are unique. And if you have that calling in here, you do have what it takes. No one said it's going to be an easy journey. No one, if you're going to work with it. Because you can't help but facing yourself as well. So there's a lifelong personal development that goes hand in hand with it. And I don't believe that spirit can take you more than to a certain limit if you not make an effort with yourself. Understand yourself. How are you wired? What makes you tick? When does the insecurity hit you? Why does it hit you? Look at the factor behind it. Get to the bottom of it and change your mind thoughts about that, because you're worth it. Bye.